This Cinderella is one for the new millennium. It's magical, and magic has no gender. And I get to be that spirit this time around. She is an extraordinary talent, and she is exceptional in this movie. And it's really lovely. It was lovely.
Have you heard about him?
I have not heard about him. You have to send me his name. I want to connect with him.
Ranveer Singh is his name.
Okay, you have to send me that spelling so I can follow him on Instagram.
Hi, this is Amina Sheikh here, and with me today I have Billy Potter, who's all set to rock with Cinderella. Welcoming him on ETimes. Hello, Billy. Tell us something about your role in Cinderella, and this seems to be quite a different one as compared to the old Cinderellas what we have watched so far. What did you say about it?
I will say that this Cinderella is one for the new millennium. It is taking the old fairy tale of Cinderella that, has its problematic moments in modern times and sort of making it relevant for today. It's very empowering to women. It's about women being empowered, women being business women, running their own lives, making their own choices and decisions, not based on whether or not they have a man or not. So I think that's awesome. It's very inclusive. It's very diverse. And one of the big changes is with the fairy godmother, aka the Fab G, which is played by yours truly. It's a new interpretation of what a fairy god person can be. It's magical, and magic has no gender. And I get to be that spirit this time around.
So how was it playing that spirit, for you? How exciting was it to play that role?
It's really exciting for me because, just on a personal level, as an out queer Black actor in this business, it hasn't always been a welcoming space to be who I am naturally. And, there's always this talk about authenticity. There's always this talk about just simply being yourself. And my response has always been, it's easy to be who you are when what you are is what's popular. So what do you do when who you are is not popular, when who you are is not wanted? So to choose myself so many years ago, to choose that thing that seemingly was my liability and was my liability for a long time until it wasn't. And now it's not. And Cinderella is, is an example of the reward for living in one's truth.
That's quite exciting to hear from your end. But, working with Camila, how was that experience for you? Because, she's quite a different actress altogether. She's a different, Helluva kind of a person. So how was your experience of working with her?
It was really lovely because, this is her first film. My only scene in the movie is actually with her. We shot early on. I think my scene came like a weekend, maybe perhaps a few days to a week into filming. So we really got to bond, and I really got to, I've been in the business a long time. And so we were able to bond on the level of real friendship, real mentorship. She is a sponge. She is an extraordinary talent, and she is exceptional in this movie, and it's really lovely. It was lovely.
Also, Camila is mainly known for singing skills and being the best singer. So did you get to hear some of her singing skills on the sets while working with her?
Yes, we have a song together. Yes, we do. And she sings, we sing together. It's a bit of a duet at the end, and she twirls it out.
Also, this shoot might be taking place during the lockdown. So it might be not that easier for you guys to shoot. How did you proceed further with it? The difficulties you face personally and professionally.
Well, for me, my stuff was shot right before lockdown. So
Oh,
we
wow.
were still living in the non-COVID world. The moment I left, I think it was 2 weeks later, they shut down. So I'm not sure how they dealt with that after, but I know they went back a few months later and finished with very strict COVID protocols in place.
That's of course, like, right, what you're saying, but also at the same time the film is become, already a craze in India, and people are going crazy for the release of the film. So how excited are you for the Indian audience out there who are willing to look forward to this project?
I'm so excited to, just as an artist, be connected to India in particular and, the rest of the world. I think, this is sort of the largest rollout of, anything I've ever done in my career thus far. So I'm excited. I'm excited that it's this piece. I'm excited that we get to speak to the changing landscape of the world, to speak to what real inclusion means, what real diversity means, what real change and change for good really, really means. It's really wonderful to be a part of that.
Are you aware of Indian actors? Have you seen any work of Bollywood actors so far? And there's one actor called Ranveer Singh who loves to copy your style of dressing and all. So have you ever seen? Yes, he's copied, like, at some of the events, like, he's tried to copy your sense of styling. So have
I
you heard about him?
I have not heard about him. You have to send me his name. I want to connect with him.
Ranveer Singh is his name.
What's his name?
Ranveer Singh.
Okay, you have to send me that spelling. Send the press people that spelling so I can follow
Sure,
him on Instagram.
sure, I'll do that. So have you ever watched any of the Bollywood flicks so far?
I have in my life. I haven't recently, but I have, and I love Bollywood. I love the extravagance of it. I love the beauty of it. I love the detail and the celebration of it.
And lastly, before I let you go, you're making, in fact, a film on a queer, teen comedy film. So tell us something about that. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, I just finished directing my first feature film. The working title is called What If? That's going to change because the Marvel Universe has a show on television now called What If? So we have to change ours. But it follows a Black transgender high school girl in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which happens to be my hometown over here in America. We shot it there. And it's a coming of age romantic comedy in the vein of the old sort of John Hughes young adult dramedies, comedies of the 80s. I'm bringing the genre back. And it reflects what our world looks like today. And I'm really excited to be at the helm of telling these queer young stories, stories that I never had a chance as a young queer person to see myself in. It's very important that we see ourselves reflected back at us, and it's a very exciting time.
Thank you so much for your time and all the best for your film. And I'm looking forward to see more of your projects because that's quite exciting. Thank you so much for your time, Billy.
Thank you.